I, I can't really go that hard, but anyway, what is going on YouTube? What is the deal? This is your boy Papa King Coney out again with another something. Okay, um, I wanted to talk about a few things, right? And these are things that I wish I knew before my own spiritual journey. Things I wish I knew. One is that not everybody is on your side when it comes to your awakening. What do I mean by that? Most people are not going to get your journey. Most people are not going to understand what it is that you're going through internally, spiritually, physically sometimes, because we deal with a lot. Hey, Celestial Earth Goddess, how are you? We deal with a lot, even on those aspects, but coming into an understanding what that means that you have to find your own set of people, and it may not even be many that mean you well, that are actually on your side, that actually prays for you, for one thing, especially if you're spiritual, and knowing that you can handle anything that you put forth an effort to, it can be succeeded. Number two, information is good, but not all information is for you. Let me say that again. Information is good, research is good, research is beautiful, but not everything, not every ATR, not every practice may not be for you. And what I mean by that is like this. A lot of people like to use sigils. I really don't use sigils a lot other than when I have to do other things. But other than that, it's kind of like you kind of got to find your own niche. And once you find your own niche in your practice, like if you're a witch, you may be into Wicca, or you could be into Hoodoo, you may be into Celtic, whatever have you. As long as that you're setting the boundaries for that, that'll help. What had me in a daze with knowing my alignment was my ancestors. They really were. They were the foundation. So had I known this, instead of skipping steps because that was along the theme of my journey when I first started out like 9 years ago. But I was my background straight from Christianity. Then I'm not just yet. So maybe like around 2018, 2019, I'll say 2017, somewhere along there. I was in my first apartment. This is my second apartment. I got my first apartment, and I tried everything to get that apartment going, but I just didn't have the money. Came back home, had to do more ancestral work and putting it in. This is another thing that I wish I'd known when it comes to working with your ancestors. When you have work to do, when you have work to do, it may not come right then, and it may be that you may need a reading here or there to put things together. But if you know the steps of just about any practice, like when it comes, as above, so below, you know, everything on earth is susceptible to change, right? And you know that manipulating magic requires mental energy. So going to these, you could say these, your ancestral court, these deities, if you work with them, they help, but you have to put a forth the effort as well. So like I said in my journey, there were some things that I was putting off. The one category in that, as I've been talking about since I've been opening up a lot, was love. And what I learned is things that I would, like I said, another thing I wish I knew before stepping into the rabbit hole, let's just say. It may not be time sometimes on certain timelines. That's just the Aquarius in me that can only make it make sense. It may not be time at that particular time, but it'll be time eventually. And it made me start thinking about my whole dating pool. A good friend asked me before, we had not stopped talking, but I hadn't heard from him today, but he asked me a very good question. He said, well, are you attracting your trauma or are you attracting what it is that you want? And that had me thinking. I was like, you know what? Went down my little went down my little phone, thought, analyzed it. I said, you know what? Yeah. A lot of the things that were within me I was showing forth, but I wasn't aware of it. So this is an analogy that I came up with when it comes to like shadow work or like doing the inner work, because I know a lot of people kind of just feel so fucked up when it comes to doing shadow work, and it's not hard. The thing is, like I said, when it comes to challenges, any challenge any challenge that you have in your life, it's a part of your journey. If you can accept that, you good. That's four right there. But a lot of people mistake shadow work as you're going, oh, woe is me, I'm the victim, I ain't worth shit. No, there's a good side to shadow work. All you're really doing is just accepting your flaws. That's it. And you're coming to grips with the trauma that you had in childhood and in your teenage years too. Like I always say, not only does your inner child need healing, but your teenager on up to whatever cycle that is repeating in your life, especially, like I said, getting back to the love department. Yeah, I got a little bravado today. My mom, she's going to her appointment. She's doing fine, you guys. She's doing fine. Um, that aspect within myself, it was so fucked up. I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. I don't need a date right now. I don't. And I'm fine with that. Well, I mean, it's cool, but it's not a necessity, if that makes sense. It's not a necessity because as I go a little bit backward in due time, whew, the men, I wouldn't even say the men, the collective, the men that are fucked up in the head. I wouldn't even say fucked up in the head. The men that are fucked up in the head, I myself included, because I'm a male myself. Now, dealing with the gay part of this is the fact that what we don't seem to understand is, even in the gay community or whatever you want to have it, we deal with a lot of trauma too. As black and as hell, one collective, I'll say in general, we deal with a lot. And coming into that, as we are approaching Venus Day, I usually do a community honey jar. The reason why I have not touched that honey jar yet is because of that simple fact right there. I am not going to I'm not going to add my energy knowing that I'm healing internally. So that's why I backed off. But by the Chinese New Year on the 22nd, it's going up because that's my birthday week. But that 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 aspect that I needed to heal or still healing, it comes from a lot of hurt and a lot of expectations that was not due to me, that was not due to anybody. It's just life. But the lesson that I gained out, like I said, there's always lessons out of any experience that you have. The lesson that I gained out of all of this is that I needed myself. And this is just me and just me being honest. I needed myself. Kendrick needed Kendrick. And if a lot of people can come to that conclusion, I think they'd be all right. I really do. I really do. So those were these were some of the things that I wish I knew stepping forward into this spiritual journey, because for one thing, people tend to get lonely a lot. There's no denying that people have feelings. There's no denying that people have uh expectations of having things in their life like a partner, intimacy, things of that nature. But if you're not within it, how can you bring it forth? So going into that trauma, it can be a little bit icky. It could show you some shit like, oh my God, really? Me? What? But the good thing about owning up and facing your challenges, like I said, these are two keys of shadow work: owning your flaws, being honest with yourself, and facing the reality of the situation, facing the fact, face reality, face yourself, and say, okay, there's certain consequences that come with how we choose to go about in life. Look at me. I know I was out there being what I was in my younger 20s. Now reaping the consequences is just the HIV, but on a lighter aspect, consequences are just, and that's what we think of karma. Like, oh, well, you shouldn't have been out there. That's your karma. Well, actually, it's just actions. And I didn't well, like I said, even through healing that, even in a nutshell, and the bottom line is just that I took that action. I can take accountability for that. Everybody makes mistakes, it's no big deal. That's why I'm so open about it. For men, I'll say this: for the unhealed collective, the narcissists out there, because man, it has been a lot that I have been wanting to say. And it's not always bad, but just do the inner reflection that you need to. Like I said, this year we're gonna be doing a lot of inner reflection. Me anyway. So as I reflect, you're gonna receive the tea. That's the tea, and that's the tea of today. It's just working with your ancestors, being accepting of your consequences, and take by the actions that you take, you will prevent a lot of, you can say, karmic debt if you're able to work around it. Now, if not, and you just out here willy-nilly like I was, because I know I was a thundercat when I was young. I know this. I was telling my best friend this the other day. I was a young thundercat. But coming to understand the healing process and the healing nature of going within, and to take my medication, and to be in a healthy, positive mindset, and keeping that bullshit away from me, I'm in a much better, healthier space than I've been in years. When I say years, I have not felt this good since I was 16. Since I was 16, maybe I'm feeling maybe 13. Because I was a very vibrant child. And some part of me, I'm not crying, child, I got something in my eye. Some part of me was like, I guess because I had stepped out of religion, and like I will say this. This is another thing that I wish I knew. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Just because we got a plethora of information out here, like I said, information is good, but it may not always be for you. What I learned out of this is, even in my experiences as a follow initiate, there's things that you have to learn in order and in steps and repetition. That's why I always tell my clients, I'll say anybody, when you pray, how many times do you spend at that altar? How long do you do it? There's repetition in this. That's why that's why we call it, discipline or whatever. But had I known this stepping into this spiritual journey, I think it'd have been a whole lot easier. You know, not account from the crystals and the other things that came with it. And I thank God for the learning experiences thus far, because I've grown to such a bad motherfucker. Not saying that I'm not bragging at all, y'all. I'm not bragging at all. But if I really had to take an account of what I can do by myself, as me being single, as me being like, okay, we don't need to really just search for anything outside ourselves because we already have it. And I really needed to understand it. Now, hearing it, hearing it was another thing, because I think most people say, seeing is believing, but I think I'm the type of person that I needed to hear it. And reassurance can be vital, especially if you haven't healed that part of yourself. At that time, you know, their inner child is just needing reassurance. It screams at you. There's something that needs to be taken accountable for when you're doing this. When you walk on any journey, I don't care, Buddhism, uh, left hand path, right. I don't give a damn. These are the essentials, and prayer, chants, and mantras, and all that. Then we did. That's the framework. Coming into a better state of mind, understanding where your mind is, if you're capable of handling such entities, because like I said, even La Satisa Mamuete right here, that is a whole nother dimension when it comes to prayer work. And you know what I'm saying? Because that supersedes the mind. And a lot of people aren't really just, I'm not saying nobody's, but if we can't grasp certain concepts like, correspondences, how can we succeed in spell work and all this? That's another thing that comes into a lot of practices that most people do not like to do. The results you're looking for is in the work that you're avoiding. The work that you do, and you're like, let's say we're working on a money spell, right? Now I look, today's Jupiter day, baby. Honey, it's time to pop it off. So, okay, we got a green candle, we got cinnamon, we got agrimony, or whatever herb you can think of, bayberry, bay chips. Okay, we finna do the spell. We got the glitter. Now, I will say this, side rant. I don't use glitter in my shit, but anyway, we got all these herbs. We got the chants, we got the monsters, we got the crystals, we got the incense. We about to do the damn thing, but you're feeling like you're not gonna have that money. You're not gonna do it. Well, spirit ain't gonna give it to you. That's point blank simple. Spirit is not gonna give it to you. I had to learn this. Anybody that has ever went through whatever in the spiritual community has ever went through this, they'll tell you the same thing. You ain't lying. If you don't put forth the faith in whatever you're doing, I don't care if you're just trying to meditate. Well, hell, let's just say meditate. If you even trying to meditate, you don't have faith in it, you don't even understand what's the point of meditating, it will be unsuccessful. That's why a lot of people can't do it. They have no point. It's, to me, thinking about the other person's perspective. Now let's be honest. We're in today's society underneath a whole fucking reception. Who the hell would want to sit here and meditate on some shit and be like, you know what? It may not happen. And that's where the doubts creeps in it. Taking account of how if you guys follow me on my Instagram, taking account of how manifestation works with artwork, with the art reiki that I do. That takes time, and that takes intention, and that takes faith. If you have faith without works is dead, y'all. Even as simple as writings, like I said, yeah, I've been doing sacred geometry. Now, as a funny, the first one I did, the first one that I did was a Sri Yantra, which I don't have the talisman on me, But normally, Desuliantra is basically I'm one consciousness and the macrocosm and the microcosm. That's basically coming into one. Everything is coming into one source. God, goddess, whatever. But that was my first attempt, and I wouldn't say I failed miserably, but me having in mind that I wanted it perfect, it did not come out perfect at all. I might have posted it and I was like, that's it, but I'm very sensitive about it because I'm there's something that it there was something in me that needed to be tapped into, and I think that was it. It was artwork. I really do like sitting down and just doing my art peacefully. I've done it quite last year, like it was through certain stages in my life, but I even yesterday, I had to learn that I had fears. With like I said, every day is a learning experience. And as it was raining and it was thunderstorming, y'all know me, I'm a big scaredy cat when it comes to storms. Ironic, right? Oh my God, why did I do that? So I was like, you know what? Okay, we're not gonna sit up here and whimper. My mom is right here. Like, you see what the look she going through. I ain't gonna sit up here and be no bitch. I ain't no bitch nigga. I ain't no bitch nigga. So what I did was I politely gathered my thoughts. I got my I will not lie, I got my crystals and I got my pen and I got my paper and I got my drawing pencils and I went to work. I channeled that energy into calmness and what I came out with. Hold on. I wanted to show you guys just one of the pieces that I did. And well, actually you can see this one. That one was done. I can't remember if I showed y'all or not, but that was done for in memory of my my lover that was, that passed or whatever. Okay, but anyway, so like I said, as I was sitting down yesterday and I had nothing to do and it was raining and I was feeling away, I went to singing, and I decided to draw. And this is a good thing about the mindset because this is what came up. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Like the whole what I call this, I don't know what to call it. I call it the many waters of Ryushi. Now let me break this down. The many waters of Ryushi is my Reiki guide spiritually. We like whenever I, I don't know what if you're into Reiki. The way that I was given mine was by another Buddhist monk, Reiki master, and I called him Ryushi, and he anytime that I need him in any ceremony or any session, he's there. But um though really those are the shadow I really kind of put my shadow self out there in that artwork right there. And that's why I called it the many waters of Ryushi. As you to me, it was a stream that I saw to me, and as I'm looking, and this is me, and I'm giving y'all my whole critique on this. And I'll post it later, and I hopefully y'all can see it and think about it or whatever, and let me know what y'all think about it. What does it come to mind when it comes to the many shadows that you have? And to me, there was laughter, there was joy, there was some rough edges, there was some things about me that are really expired. And as I'm looking forward, because it seems that there was a door that I just drew there. I don't know why, but and as I'm looking forward to go into this door or whatever energy vortex that could be, it seems that I'm more than ready because I always draw my symbol. Y'all know I always gotta draw my Hecate symbol. So, but triple goddess. That triple goddess that I got tattooed on my left arm. Um, But yeah, there was a lot of healing when I did that piece because I learned to really just accept myself for who I am. I love it. I fucking love it. I love it. I don't know where it came from. Spirit, obviously, but it just came naturally. And I was like, you know what? Just draw this, add some detail to that. Boom, bam, bam. I'm done. Boom. There you go. Let it out. Breathe, inhale, exhale, and Ken, baby, we fine. That was it. that was the whole. That was the whole key for the whole Mercury retrograde headed into the new year. That was the whole tea. I swear to y'all. Finding myself and finding my peace, finding my joy, and finding other outlets other than lashing out because I can't be a lasher. I can be a lasher. And when I lash, whew, anyway, so I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Hopefully y'all Jupiter day is going fine. Um, like I said, if you guys are interested, I do custom Reiki art. What that means is, and it really gets me going. I get to channel what you feel into art and give it to you. That way you can meditate to how you feel in the way you want to change your reality. That's it. That's it. And that's all. Custom made. Uh, you know, you gotta email me for me for a custom price or whatever. I don't ship them. I just give you the picture and it will be charged by the Divine Reiki Energy. And yeah. So it's just simple as that. But hopefully you guys have a beautiful day. I ain't gonna hold y'all much longer. I'm gonna continue to enjoy the rest of my day. And y'all have a good and blessed and prosperous one as well. Peace.